Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I have kind of a special video. I've always wanted to make custom characters, whether that would be painting them or just kind of doing what I did here and making characters out of pieces that I already have. But today I have a kind of video to celebrate the finale of Season 1 of the Bad Batch by making 3 of the characters that we don't already have yet in LEGO, that being on the very left, Sid; in the middle, Vice Admiral Rampart; and on the right, Omega. So anyways, let's hop right into this video and let's take a look at Sid. Alright, so up first we have Sid. Sid is kind of an interesting character and one that was kind of hard to replicate with the pieces that I already had with LEGO, but I was able to do it. So the head, as you guys can see, is Bosk's head, which doesn't fit perfectly. I mean, Sid, I don't even know if they're the same species, but they have the same kind of eyes and same kind of face style, but Sid's face is bigger. She's kind of a bigger character. But I used Bosk's face. This is probably the least accurate out of the 3 characters I made, just because there's no really good face thing that I could use for this. But as you guys can see, I used the torso piece is from a character from the Han Solo sets. I think it was Commander Beckett or something. And then I used Rey's legs to kind of give it more of a messy look. Yeah, most of the time, I'll probably have a picture up on the screen right now, but most of the time we see Sid with her kind of not leather jacket, but jacket with a white shirt in the middle. And I wish that there were dual molded legs like this, or not dual molded legs, but dual molded arms that had green on the bottom half, because she always has her arms or her sleeves rolled up halfway. Which it is kind of a bummer that I couldn't recreate that, but I did the best I could to try to get that just by including the green hands, which is the best I could do with the I had. I don't know if they already have a piece that maybe could show, or that's half green, half that color, but that's the best I could do. Also, from the reference pictures that I found, I couldn't really see, you can't really see what her legs look like too much, so that's why I just used that piece, because I feel like that, does do a pretty good job of kind of showing how it looks. Anyways, though, let's move on to Vice Admiral Rampart. Alright, so this is Vice Admiral Rampart, and for him, he was a pretty simple character to make. There was one problem, though, with this character, and that was the hairpiece. The hairpiece isn't really that accurate, just because I couldn't really find a very accurate hairpiece for him. I did find one that had the right shape, but it just was not the right color. As you guys can see from the picture on the screen, his hair is more in the shape of this. But sadly, I couldn't find a piece that color. I couldn't find a piece that color, and this hair, although not being the most accurate, at least has the color down. For the rest of his body, I just simply used Commander Hux's body, which I think looks really well, and it kind of looks, it's accurate to how he looks on the screen. For his face, this face is a pretty standard face. I don't really know where I got the face with the hairpiece, but the face is very standard, and it's kind of a more younger looking face than some of the other admirals. So that's the most accurate face I could find, because all the other ones they were just too much. This one was plain and simple and looked pretty good as well. Anyways, though, let's move on to the third and final character. This final character is Omega, and I am actually really happy with how this Omega turned out. In the movie, she wears a torso piece that's mostly white, but has some orange and blue, as you guys can probably tell if I put up that picture on the screen. But she has for the most part, white with some blue and yellow, or blue and orange details on it. Sadly, I couldn't get the blue and orange details on the torso, and I couldn't get the orange on the arms either. But I think for what I used, it actually looks pretty good. I used the for the hair piece and torso piece, I used Luke Skywalker, the farm boy Luke Skywalker, and the hair piece is really good. It's really accurate, or it's pretty accurate to what it looks like in the movie, with the hair kind of sticking up in the back a little bit. The hair piece, I just used a pretty standard hair piece. I got this from a Rebel in probably the most inaccurate set ever, the Walker. So I forgot what the set is called, but it's kind of like the Spider Walker from 2018, I think. I just used some navy blue arms and then some short black legs, and honestly, it looks pretty good for what it is. And also the face is pretty accurate. It's not the right flesh color, but it is pretty accurate to how she looks in most of the reference pictures. But I'm really actually happy with how this character turned out, especially because she actually looks pretty good, pretty accurate to how she looks in the movies. Besides, of course, that torso piece and arms missing the orange. Anyways, let's move on. Alright, so yeah, anyways, these are probably the biggest 3 characters in Star Wars The Bad Batch that we don't have in minifigure form. And I'm hoping that if we do get these characters, I mean, they'll probably look a lot better. Sid would probably have a better face, and sorry, the Rampart would probably have better hair and a better face as well. And Omega, I think the one part missing out with Omega in this is the inaccurate torso piece and the missing of the orange on the arms. But other than that, I'm actually really proud of these characters for how they turned out, and for the pieces that I had to work with, I think they're pretty good. And I definitely want to do this more. I might do a Mandalorian version of this where I make the Mandalorian characters and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching, and tell me what you guys thought of the latest episode of The Bad Batch in the comments. Anyways, subscribe, like the video, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.